What's going on with y'all, man? Welcome to Chris Budget Gears and Reviews, and today we are going to be having a range day. But today is a range day with a purpose. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be retesting, because I tried this in the past. We're going to be retesting a important feature dealing with the second focal plane optic that a lot of people either don't know or they don't talk about. And what that is the fact that, yes, we know that on most second focal plane optics, you have to zero on the full magnification. We know that. Also, in order for your BDC holds and your range of reticles to work, you have to be on the full magnification. That's another thing that we understand and we know. But the point that you zero at, whether it's a dot, the center of your crosshair, regardless of what it is, but that one point where you zero at, that stays the same regardless of what magnification that you may use. And that's something that a lot of people either don't know or they don't really talk about. I think that's an important feature of the second focal plane optic that really, you can say you really don't need a first focal plane optic depending on the type of shooting that you're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll in some footage from Vortex. Now Vortex, one of my favorite optic manufacturers, so I don't think that they'll have a problem with me showing this video. But just for YouTube, I'm doing this and I'm doing commentary over it, so I'm showing this small portion of this video, and it should be protected under the fair use, so don't give me a copyright strike because I'm doing commentary over top of this video. But I want to show you this portion of this video right here, and he explains it more better than I can. So let's go to that video right now. So this is the video right here, and I actually seen this when it first came out, and this what really kind of caught my attention, because I always was kind of wondering this, like, can you use the other magnifications that you have on your second focal plane optic? And he explains it perfectly right here, so let me show you.
So you're probably, unfortunately, going to miss if that's the case. 9 power though, it'll work just fine. Now one really important thing to point out with first focal plane and second focal plane is a lot of people hear us talking about the fact that second focal plane, the reticle only works when it's on the highest magnification. Now that's talking about all the features about your reticle around the center crosshair. The center crosshair in and of itself though, that one single point doesn't have to worry about scale. Whether reticle size, image size, it really doesn't matter. It's a single point in space. It always works, no matter what magnification you're on, and no matter whether you have a first focal plane or a second focal plane reticle. What does that mean? It means that you can always dial your turrets and use the center crosshair no matter what magnification you're on. Now let's talk about first focal.
That's it right there. That's the point that I'm trying to make right there. Is that the point where you zero off of always stays the same. Let's go back to the table. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be testing that. I did this test before at 50 yards. What I actually did was I shot a grouping. I shot on 8 power because I'm zeroed at 50. I shot one round on 8 power. I shot one on 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My point of impact did not change. So we're just going to be retesting that today. We're going to retest it at 50 yards. And then we're also going to test that at 200 yards. What I want to do is at 200 yards, I want to shoot a grouping on 8 power. See what kind of grouping I get at 8 power. Then, because this is a 1 to 8, then I'm going to hang up another target. And I'm going to dial it down to 6 power and see if I shoot the same type of grouping. And why that's important is because I can think of several instances where if something's at 75 yards, you want a little bit more magnification than 1 power, but you don't need the full magnification of 8 power. So all you might want to do is just use 4 power. And because that's within the distance of what you zero for, because I run 200 yard zeros. And whether it's the 5.56 or the 308, with a 200 yard zero, if you aim center mass, you're going to hit somewhere center mass. So by verifying what I'm going to verify today, I know that I could use any magnification that I want from 0 to 200 yards. And the only time that I really need to go full magnification is past 200 yards. So with all that being said, that's what we're going to be testing today. And I think that's an important factor dealing with the second focal plane optic that a lot of people either don't talk about or they don't know. So with the type of shooting that I do, I really don't need a first focal plane optic. I really don't. I'd be better off just getting me a high quality 2 to 10 for my 308. I think that'll be good. A good 2 to 10 second focal plane optic. It'll be perfect for that AR-10 that I got right there. So that's just something. If you didn't know that, hopefully you might have learned something today. If you have a second focal plane optic, the point of which you zero can be used at any magnification. That's the important thing to remember. And I think that's real important because like I just stated, if I'm running a 200 yard zero, from muzzle to 200 yards, I could use any magnification. And it won't change my point of impact. So I still could just hold center mass and send it, and it's going to hit somewhere at center mass. So with all that being said, hopefully y'all might have learned something. Y'all be blessed, be safe. I'm out. I'll see y'all at the range.